Hey y'all, welcome back to the Crazy. Today it's going to be a quick one, I think. Today is Friday, March 8th, 2019. This is FlossTube number 67, I think, for me. And I'm just amazed that there are so many. Y'all excuse my wet hair. I'm trying to let it dry a little bit before I go out to run errands in a minute. Anyway, welcome back. I sure appreciate y'all coming to listen to me blither about stitching and whatever else is going on in our crazy lives, which fortunately this week ain't much. And I am a firm believer in the less is going on is probably more. So I'm happy to say I'm well, Steve's well, kitties are doing good. Thank you everybody so much for your prayers for that littlest runty little creamer red boy. So far he is holding his own. He is growing, although he's much smaller than the other babies, but they are all doing great. And probably the first of next week I'll have another kitten video up. All the other kitties are doing good. Story and Beauty both have babies due within the next couple of weeks. You know, it's spring, it's kitten season, it's that time. So I'm having a great time with my babies, and I just really enjoy having them so much. They're just little fuzzy bundles of joy. I don't think any of the girls are in heat right now, so hopefully there won't be any kitty yodeling going on, but you know, you never know at my house. And so far today, everybody's being relatively good, so we'll keep our fingers crossed. Thanks to everybody who's been doing all the videos from market. Oh, I just want one of everything I see. I looked back at my, I don't have any haul, by the way. I looked back at my order and I only ordered one chart from Julie. I was good, believe it or not. So that's my splurge this month, was one of the Hands Across the Sea samplers, and I will show that chart when I actually get it. But there's so many things I saw that I'm just at some point gonna have, so I'm gonna go rob a bank. Well, not really, but that's what I would have to do to get all the ones I want. But thanks to everybody who's been showing them off. I've loved watching. Real quickly, I'll just touch again on the cruise. Joe with SILKS4U asked me to mention this to you guys. It's a cruise next September. It's a 7-day cruise leaving Galveston, Texas on September 8th, and it goes to Cozumel, Grand Cayman, and Jamaica. I've done that itinerary on this very ship. It's a ton of fun. There's going to be a couple of classes taught. Carol Tinson from Australia is teaching, if I can find the picture here. She's teaching 2 classes. And then Joe is also teaching another class, I think on color management with silks, I think, but I could be wrong on that. But it sounds like tons of fun. I wish I could go. So I will put all the information for you to get in touch with Joe in the show notes. If it's not there when you watch this video, hold tight. It may be tomorrow before I get those done, since I've got to go out and do errands. But you can always go back and look at my last couple of videos, because it would be in them. Okay. I don't have much to show this week. I've only worked on 2 things, and I'm going to blame Emily C. And I guess I can't blame anybody else for the second one but myself. But anyway, the first thing I've worked on for Emily C.'s birthday sal, and you can see pictures of everybody's on Instagram, and I will also put that tag in my show notes. I think it's Goat Load B-Day Sal, I think, but I'm not positive about that, and I will link it below. So I started last Friday, I think, on Goat Load, and I'm doing this. I've got 5 total of the patterns, and I'm going to do them all in a long string together. But I did get a start on Goat Load, and I actually got my goats done. Got 3 little goats there. I'm using some of the call for colors. I just pulled from what I had, and I changed them up some to make it work with what I had. Like this middle goat is supposed to be flatfish, which is actually the color I used in the bottom goat, and then I did them a little bit different, just again, to go with the colors I had. And what I just pulled from my stash, I had a couple of the call for colors, which were Classic Colorworks, Weeks, and I think there's even a, yep, a couple of, nope, just Classic Colorworks and Weeks. I lied. And I'm using some DMC, and then I pulled some of my Victorian Motto also. So, but so far they're working. So that's my progress so far on Goat Load. And I wish that the top sheet stood out just a little bit better. I may backstitch around him with maybe this same color that's in the middle sheet, or middle goat rather, so he stands out a little more. We'll see. See what it looks like when I get done with that panel. But I enjoyed stitching that. I thought the goats were a load of fun. Let's see, what else did I work on? Well, Stephanie and Pam from Just Keep Stitching were gracious enough to loan me a copy of Blackbird Designs Joyeux Noel. And this is the sampler on the front of the book. The book is put away because I don't want to mess it up because it doesn't belong to me. But I borrowed it so I could get this border here to do on my 'Tis the Season. And looking at the book, I just fell in love with that sampler. And so I decided I wanted to do it in silk. And I kitted it up mostly from silks that I had already in my stash. But Anne from the Shepherd's Needle, who is just wonderful, y'all. If y'all ever need mail order help, y'all give her a call because she is just awesome. She finished out the few that I still needed with some Belle Soie and some NPI in colors that I didn't think would work. So I've got a mishmash. I've got Splendor, I've got SILKS4U, I've got Belle Soie, Ship's Manor, lots of SILKS4U. And so far I'm just loving my colors. And I'm happy to share those colors with anybody who asks, just with the caveat that the SILKS4U, a lot of those came from a grab bag and they don't have color names per se. But here's what I've got so far. And I'm loving it. I love, those are my colors. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. This row here are eyelets. And that was a lot of fun to do. So really, really enjoyed this. I think I started it on Monday, and it's just been a joy, every stitch of it. Loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. I am going to make a couple of changes to the pattern. I'm so in love with it that I want to be able to leave it out all year. So I'm going to replace Joyeux Noel, I think, with Welcome Friends. I'm not positive about that, but that's what I'm leaning to putting down here as of right now, instead of the Joyeux Noel. And then because I'm doing this border, which is a Christmassy holly border, on my 'Tis the Season, I'm going to change out that bottom border. And what I still have to look through some more of my books, but what I'm leaning towards doing, this is another pattern from Blackbird. This is the Sweetheart Sampler. And I am leaning towards this little heart border down here. Although, because I might want it to be a little bit bigger, I may go with this row with the tulips, because I love some tulips. But anyway, I'm probably going to pull something from that and change this up just a little bit. But again, it's just every stitch has been an absolute joy working with the silks. And I've really enjoyed it. This is a Fabric Flare printed linen. I don't remember the name of it. It is a very pale grayish blue color. It's a 36 count, and I'm doing it 1/2 with the silks. And I didn't say on Goat Load, that's on 36 count honey. From Hand Dyed Happiness, and I'm, doing one thread with the mismatch of stuff that I pulled. So that's all the cross stitch I've done this week. I've worked on those two things. I have stitched, but I don't have just a whole lot to show. Seems like when I have babies, I have less sit down stitching time because I spend a lot of time messing with them. And then I'm amazed, I don't work. I mean, I work at home doing stuff, but I don't have a job outside my home. And it amazes me how little time it seems like I have to stitch, because I'd like to just, you know, get up, get a cup of coffee, go sit on the couch at 8 a.m. and stitch until 8 p.m. at night, but that doesn't seem to be how that generally works. But anyway, my plans for this week are basically to keep on those things. I am going to try to do the Bendy Stitchy stitch along. I'll probably do that hashtag below also. I'm not sure what I'm going to stitch on for that. I'll have to go through and kind of see what I've got that works for that. But those are my plans. What else? Okay. Well, I wasn't kidding. It's quick. We're only at 10 minutes. The giveaway from last week was Old Glory from Little House Needleworks, which is a very, very cute little pattern. I did this, I think, a couple years ago. And I pulled names this morning, did the random generator, and the winner for that is Lisa Newman. And Lisa, I will comment on your comment. It may be later this afternoon. But if you go back to one of my previous videos, all of my contact information is in there. And if you email me with your mailing address, I will get Old Glory sent out to you. And then I thought we'd have a couple more giveaways. This is Spring is in the Air from Just Nan. This is a pattern that Connie in Kansas sent me and said that I could share with y'all. And I was tempted to keep it because it is so cute. So sweet. But I have more things that I could stitch if I live to be 312. I'd like to, but I don't really see that happening. But so anyway, we're going to share this one. So if you would like to stitch Spring in the Air, just comment with, I'd like to stitch spring. And then this is another springy or summery little pattern that I finished last year. This is Sweetest Home from Country Cottage Needleworks. And if you go back to, I don't know, maybe around October or so, you can see my finish of that. Their final finish is better than mine. I need to redo mine. But this is my pattern. It is used, I don't think there are any marks on the pattern, and I'm including my working copy. But if you'd like to stitch this one, just tell me I'd like to stitch the bees, because it's got bee skips here. So I'd like to stitch spring. I'd like to stitch the bees. And on this one, there is one little mark here on the front where the where a sticker was removed, but the pattern itself is pristine. And I really doubt anybody would be able to do anything for what I showed right there. So, Lisa, congratulations on winning Old Glory. And y'all tell me if you'd like to, I'd like to stitch the bees, I'd like to stitch spring, and we'll pull those. Again, I would like to think that I'll be back next week. Who knows? But on my next video, I'll pull the winner for those two. And again, just comment, and I'll do the random comment picker thing. And get those sent out. I watched a little bit of FlossTube this week. Well, actually, I watched a fair amount. A lot of them were my old favorites that I watched. One of the new people I watched was Darlene from Sew, S-E-W, Grateful. Y'all, she is a hoot and a half. She is a joy to watch. She reminds me in some ways of Donna Ray Barrow, and you know, we all know and love Donna Ray. Now, she's a lot more high energy than Donna Ray is, and she calls her hair joyful, and it is, y'all, she's awesome. So, Sew, S-E-W, Grateful. Y'all go watch Darlene. I've only watched a couple of her videos so far, but she's just, again, a joy. And who else did I watch? Oh, dang it. I watched somebody else new and I didn't write it down. If I think of it, I'll put it in the links below. If not, I'll try to remember to write it down and tell y'all next week. That's it. Under 15 minutes. Wow, a quickie. So y'all have a great weekend. The temperature's going to be much better here. We're supposed to actually get up to 70 degrees. Now, it's supposed to rain all weekend. Steve is chomping at the bit to get out to the golf course and rain. Or too cold. But what I should be doing is going to take a nap, huh? Anyway, our plans are I'm going to go run some errands here in a little bit, and then I think we're going to stay in and veg this weekend, which always works for me. That's it, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed, stitchy week, and I hope to see you soon. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Bye-bye.